There sure are a lot of different kind of cameras. Today let's talk about cameras. This one is from the 1920s, maybe the 1930s. It's a Kodak. Very simple camera. It's a box camera. You look down in the viewfinder and there's the lens, and you can also hold it this way if you want to go horizontal. And you can't get the film for this anymore. 620 film, Kodak film. And this belonged to my mother. So that's a box camera. Keep it right there. Folding cameras were very popular in the 20s and 30s. This one fits in your pocket. And Agfa, it's a German company. So it's got a little handle. You pull this out and push this button. It's going to fold out. There's bellows in there. That's leather. And that's a really neat old camera. I don't think it works. I haven't tested it, but it's just kind of fun to put it on display. You've got a little push button here to fold it up. Boom, there it goes. It has different settings on it. You can adjust the aperture and the film speed. In the 1950s, these were very popular. It's kind of a simple camera. This one is a Fujica from Japan. But the Germans made a lot of nice cameras too back in those days. The focus has a knob right here, but when I look through the viewfinder, it isn't really easy to focus because the lens right here is going to be what goes to the film, but the viewfinder's right here. It's slightly different. So what they did is they made a system with light coming in this other window, and then there's a yellow square that kind of moves to adjust. So Leica was the top of the line. They still are. Leica makes cameras still like this for film, and they're very highly desirable. But after a while, people said we would like to see exactly the same as the lens. So the SLR was developed. This is the pentaprism. There's mirrors in here. So when I look through this viewfinder, whoop, there it is. Okay, when I look through the viewfinder, I'm going to see exactly what goes in here. When I focus, it's focusing, and I can see it right through the viewfinder. And you see that with the lens cap on? Because it's SLR, that lens cap on, I knew it, and I couldn't take any pictures. Now, I can't find the lens cap for this guy, but guess what? If the lens cap was on, I wouldn't even know it. I could shoot all these pictures, and boom, I didn't even know it until the film comes back. I was watching a documentary about Bob Hope, and he was traveling, and he was with these dancing girls, and they were up on the stage, and this one GI was taking all these amazing pictures. He was so excited, and the lens cap was on. But Bob Hope was up on stage. He couldn't really tell the guy. So what else do I have here? This is from around the 1950s and 60s. These were really popular. Twin lens reflex camera. This one is from Japan. It's a Ricoh. The most famous ones were from Germany. Rolleicord, Rolleiflex. Rolleicord was kind of a stripped down, and Rolleiflex was the top of the line. Some of them had a light meter in them. But anyhow, the interesting thing about this is it's a waist level viewfinder. So when you're looking, you hold it down here like this, and then you focus. That's how you do with these. A lot of photographers for newspapers were using these. If you look at old pictures of the Beatles arriving in 1965, you'll see some of the photographers have SLRs like this, but some of them are using twin lens reflexes. Twin lens means you got two lenses. This is the taking lens, and that is the viewing lens. So when I look down in here, I can see what's going on. It also has a little magnifying glass that pops up, and it has what's called a sports finder. So if I lock this down, there's a little square right there. That's the sports finder. So you kind of see, but the focus, you don't really focus anything. It's a neat camera. So it all folds up like this. Very clever. Beautiful leather case. And it's one of my prized possessions. I love this camera. Nowadays, I don't shoot much film. Sometimes I shoot with some of these. But what I'm using these days is a DSLR. It's a single lens reflex with a D in front. D is digital single lens reflex. It's maybe about 4 years old. It's a nice camera. You can change the lenses on it. This is interchangeable lens. This is not interchangeable. This is not interchangeable. That's not interchangeable. But interchangeable lens is pretty neat because you can add different lenses if you want close-up, or if you want telephoto. If you're shooting some birds up there and the little tiny birds up in the trees, you need a big long lens. So that is cameras. Look at all the different kind of cameras we covered. Lots of cameras. The more cameras, the better. That's what I say.